So it might surprise you that some of your healthiest habits might actually be harmful to your hormones. If you're a woman who is struggling with hormonal imbalance, this video is for you. I'm going to talk about how some of the things that we do every single day, some things that we don't even think about, might be disrupting our hormones. Hello, I am Tina Haupert. I am an FDN practitioner and I am the woman behind the Carrots and Cake brand. And in this video, I'm going to get into all of the details behind our daily habits and how they actually could be harmful to our hormones, not actually helpful. And some of these actually might surprise you. And if they do, I would love to hear from you in the comment section. Let me know what you're thinking and let me know if I'm on the mark or totally off as far as these habits and how they affect your hormones. So the first habit that's likely throwing your hormones out of whack is scrolling on your phone late at night before you go to bed, or waking up and grabbing your phone immediately and scrolling then. And I am guilty of this. I was that person who would scroll, be on Instagram, checking my email late at night. And then I would wake up in the morning and the first thing I would reach for was my phone. And then my face was in my phone with all that blue light just glaring into my face. And I don't doubt that it disrupted my hormones in some sort of way. So as far as what to do is to go to bed with your phone in a different room. Don't keep it in the bedroom. As I say to my husband, our bedroom is a no phone zone, and I really try to hold him to that. I used to be the person that would go to bed and wake up with that phone. It would be the first thing that I saw in the morning, the last thing that I would see at the end of the day. And nowadays, I put my phone in the kitchen. It doesn't have any impact on my sleep now. It is literally in a different room. And I really think it helps with the temptation of being on your phone all the time. And when it comes to nighttime, I typically tell clients to remove themselves from blue light a good 2 hours before bed. And of course, real life, I like watching TV, unwinding at the end of the day with a little Netflix or your favorite series or whatever. It's a great way to end the day. So in those situations, I tell people to buy a pair of blue light blocker glasses. And I mean, nowadays they are super affordable. You can find them on Amazon and at Target, but they can make a difference as far as how your body processes that blue light, and it can help you sleep a whole lot better. So the second habit that might be harmful to your hormones is drinking black coffee first thing in the morning before breakfast, or drinking black coffee, no breakfast, before your workout. And I think a lot of women fall into this pattern. I have been there too. I think it was kind of like a laziness thing, and also not feeling super hungry in the morning, also being kind of rushed getting out the door. So a lot of times I was relying on coffee as breakfast, and coffee is not breakfast. It is not providing your body what it needs first thing in the morning. But really, having that coffee on an empty stomach can mess with your cortisol regulation. And once again, cortisol is that stress hormone. And when we're awake in the morning, our cortisol is going to be naturally high. It's called the cortisol awakening response. It gets our butts out of bed. And then if you're adding more stress to your life as far as caffeine and not eating, it can be even more stressful on the body. And you can have bouts of anxiety. You can have issues with your blood sugar. So my advice for most of our clients is to eat something in the morning. Breakfast really is the most important meal of the day. So doing your best to get some quality nutrition in you first thing in the morning, especially if you're going to go work out. It doesn't need to be a big whole production, but get a little bit of carbohydrates, get some protein in there, maybe a little bit of fat, and then have your coffee. Don't have that coffee on an empty stomach. So the next habit that could be throwing your hormones out of whack is doing more than 30 minutes of high intensity exercise. And I think a lot of women think more is better when it comes to exercise. But if you're a woman who is struggling with hormonal imbalance, you have terrible periods, you dread your period every single month, you think that your hormones are preventing you from losing weight, I think that high intensity exercise just compounds the stress in your life and those effects of the hormones. So if you're not in this super duper stressed out state, Sure, you might be able to handle a 30-minute or 45-minute high intensity workout, but if you're somebody who is really struggling with all these hormonal imbalances, this type of workout is probably stressing out your body even more. So what to do instead when it comes to your workouts is really focusing on quality strength training, getting some full body strength training workouts each week, and then walking and moving as much as you want, but not high intensity activity, more of that low key restorative movement. So walking, or maybe some easy biking or yoga or Pilates or something like that. The last thing you want to do is just add a bunch of stress to a stressed out body, because if you're dealing with hormonal imbalance, that stress is just going to make that hormonal imbalance even worse. The next habit that is harmful to your hormones is using endocrine disrupting personal hygiene products like perfumes and cleansers and deodorants and soaps. So really what I tell our clients is just to clean up your beauty products as best as possible, because most of us are using them every single day. We're putting them on our skin, our bodies are absorbing them, and some of the compounds in these products can really mimic estrogen and drive our bodies into hormonal imbalance. So shout out for my previous video about estrogen dominance. It is super common in women in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, and can be a big issue when it comes to hormonal symptoms, PMS symptoms. So definitely check out that video. I get into all the details about the what, the why, the how, and then what to do about estrogen dominance. So definitely check that out. But my point here is cleaning up your beauty products is huge as far as getting some of these things out of your system. So looking at what you're using every single day. And I'm a big fan of Beautycounter. I'm a Beautycounter consultant. I have used their products since they came on the scene a good 10 years ago. And what I tell clients is, I don't think you have to throw away all your products right away and replace them with all new ones. That can be very expensive. But when you finish up one of your, conventional endocrine disrupting products, replace it with a healthier, cleaner version, and just do one product at a time. And over time, you'll see that you'll start replacing those not so great products with much cleaner versions of them. And finally, the last habit that could really be messing with your hormones is consuming plant-based protein powders. And this one might surprise you, but I hear it from women all the time. They tell me that they're, using pea protein or some sort of plant-based protein blend in their smoothies, and they're having it every single day. And then they're complaining about bloating and GI issues. And the thing about these plant-based protein powders, they can be really, really hard to digest. And when you are dealing with gut issues, it can really mess as far as what's going on with your hormones. I mean, the two ways that our body detoxes hormones is through the liver and the gut. And if you're having GI issues, you're suffering with constipation or more loose bowels, it's really important to look at what you are consuming. And I just think these plant-based products and protein powders, as healthy as they might seem, they really could be causing some disruption when it comes to your gut and your hormone balance. So just to look at what you're consuming, if you're somebody that's struggling with GI issues every single day, I think it's important to choose whole foods, making sure you're really slowing down at meals, really chewing your foods, and just doing your best to avoid processed foods, fake sugars, and some of these hard to digest plant-based products. So if you found this video helpful, I would love for you to take a second to like it and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss future content. And if you're somebody who is struggling with hormonal imbalance, what you eat can make such a difference with how you feel. So I have an amazing freebie for you. It's a hormonal health meal plan, and it tells you exactly what to eat as far as supporting your hormones go. So it comes with a bunch of whole food recipes. They are super easy to make. They are tasty. Also comes with a grocery shopping list that you can print out or pull up on your phone, which makes getting those foods into your house so much easier. And then there's a sample meal plan to get you going as far as eating the right foods and making good choices as far as improving your hormonal balance goes.